Hi everyone, and welcome to the Calling All Vegan show, being recorded in the Wishbone Animal Rights Lab studio in downtown Toronto, Canada. I'm your host, Sue Spar, and Vish, our little ambassador of anti-speciesism, is standing in, or I guess flying in, as co-host. Our guest today is a homegrown treasure who is currently based in Los Angeles. Filmmaker, professional musician, and songwriter, her very unique music has been featured in over 30 television shows and trailers, and she has toured this great earth of ours and found herself on a variety of stages. But her life's work is devoted to protecting animals and the planet, and her passion lies at the intersection of art, nature, personal growth, and healing. Please welcome educator, director, producer, entertainer, certified coach, healer, animal sanctuary volunteer, nature therapy guide, doggone superhero for the planet, and Canada's answer to Freely the Banana Girl, Lila Rose.
Wait, what was that last line? Freely the Banana Girl?
Yeah.
What's that?
You'll look it up. Especially when you have your colorful hair.
Oh,
right?
yes, the green
And
hair.
mine's usually, lots of red or blue or purple.
You got some color going on, like it.
Now, I found out when I was doing my research that there are a few Lila Roses out there.
Oh, that's how we're going to start.
Another activist who is an anti-abortion proponent, and another woman who warbles country and Western music, but I think I was able to get everybody straight, so it's good. So.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible confusion that can happen there.
Now, you're from this neck of the woods, and you're here visiting. With all of the toxic and surreal nonsense that's going on south of the border, I know of a handful of LA area Canadians who've moved back to Canada.
Oh.
Any plans in that regard yourself?
Well, funny you should ask.
Breaking news!
My partner lives here, so with that new love in my life and with all the tension happening south of the border, as you say, and also just the older I get, the more I realize what really matters in life, and it's connection and community and family. My family is here, so.
Not the bright lights so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I really don't care for that life anymore, honestly. So it feels like it's like a beautiful full circle. I'm from here. It's a beautiful romantic story also, having met my partner and him kind of being the anchor back here. I wouldn't be here with you if it weren't for him, actually.
Oh, well,
so.
hey.
Not very grateful.
Is he from here?
He's from here.
Oh, okay.
I'm from here. And yeah, that's interesting. A lot of Canadians that have come back.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. That's inspiring because I'm like, wait, the weather is so beautiful in California.
I know, but like you say, other things matter more. Peace of mind
Agreed.
and safety.
Agreed. 100%.
Now, I listened to many of your songs, and I found them very soul-nourishing and atmospheric and magical. They had great hooks. Your voice is so pleasant. And it had almost a healing quality to it. But there were also tunes that were quite heavy or dark or groovy. How would you describe the range you cover, and what the heck is witch pop?
I love that you pulled that. Well, I would say my music used to be a lot more intense in my almost 29, I don't even know, I've lost track, 29 years of being vegan. I've really utilized every platform in my life to deliver the same message. And so when my music started to integrate that message of connection with all living beings, it was pretty angry. So that would account for some of the more intense music, because it really does evoke that anger when we learn about what's happening.
Absolutely.
And we're advocates to take a stand. So that was when I was in my angry era, that really intense music. And like now, if I were to create music now, which I probably will, anything I'm working on right now is extremely soft, extremely delicate, like the plant music. We'll talk about that later. But it's a time where I think we need that, or at least that's my role now, is I'm dropping into that. Basically kind of be what it is you seek to create in the world. So to be softer. So that would account for some of the range.
Stop throwing punches, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Throwing roundhouses.
Yeah, and in terms of, you asked which pop. That might just be like a fan called it that one time, and I was like, you know what, that works. I used to wear all black for 7 years and big witchy hats, and my music was intense, and people would say it was very healing, and I would say the intention behind it was very healing. The performance was a healing experience.
Right.
So I think that's where, because witches are just healers.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely come from a lineage of healers. I mean, witches from Europe.
Witches
So
get a bad rap.
we do. Yeah, we're just modern day healers and artists.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I know music is a very personal thing for each of us, but what are you looking to evoke or achieve? And I think you've kind of answered that question through your songs, through your music.
It starts with the inner healing first and foremost, and then it is, to serve others in the same kind of healing. So if there's a distraught or an anger or a grief around, or sorrow around the state of the planet, you know, that's my own way of getting it out. Because what do you do with it?
God, I know.
What do we do with
Get an
that
ulcer.
grief?
That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Or find it. I would recommend that we find an outlet.
Yeah.
Find a way to get it out so it's not staying in our bodies. And that could be exercise, could be making music if that's your interest or skill set, having a podcast, just having an outlet. Yeah, that's what I would say about that.
So along with your normally colorful hair, you had some colorful lyrics punctuated with both F-bombs and truth bombs.
True that.
Any intention behind that?
I do have it. It's interesting. In meeting people in real life, I would say I don't really swear very much actually at all, but when I'm in my coaching, I don't know, it brings something out, and when I'm in podcasts.
Like a drunken sailor, are you? Huh?
I think it's it's almost like a desire to be more relatable, I think, to keep things real. I probably wouldn't have swear words in my music now, but again, it's been a way to just be like, it's just, swear words can be so powerful.
That's what I think. It gets somebody's attention a little. It's just
which is not what I want to do now. Right?
Yeah.
That was a phase where I would swear a lot in my
That's right,
music,
yeah.
but yeah, now it would be a softer approach for sure.
What are your thoughts on whether highly famous vegan celebrities with their way up high platforms, whether they have an obligation to speak up for animals and the planet?
Celebrities who are vegan, yeah. I would say yeah. I would say yeah. Having a large platform comes with such a great opportunity.
Yeah, I
would
feel
maybe
there's a certain responsibility when you have that kind of power, you know, to do good with it.
I would say so. I would maybe switch the language. I think when we put that kind of like, oh, you have a responsibility, you could put a little bit of almost like a blame or a shame.
Yeah.
But I think we can evoke more interest from people when like, you're obliged to do this thing.
When you were performing, your live show was visually stunning, intense, and a multimedia experience. Can you just talk a little bit about that? Like just describe.
Yeah, you
the
guys
show
would have
itself.
loved that. It was very much in line with the subject matter. Probably what you're referring to is this, the show we had a cage made for me. So it's a human-sized cage with a glass bottom and then lights and a scrim, which is basically like a screen along a see-through screen along the outside of the cage with 3D mapping projected onto it.
Wow.
Mind you, this was before 3D mapping was a thing. We were really at the cutting edge. And so we had all these visuals that we created as part of the show. So really kind of like a storytelling experience or journey. And that was, for the record, We Animals. And so everything was about just that reminder of the interconnectedness of all life. And I have a 3-drummer band, myself being one of the drummers as well. So it's very...
Just a big percussion party.
A lot,
huh?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So you've even warmed up the stage for Moby.
That's true.
Full respect. Did you get to meet him? And is there a dream collab you'd love to do?
Ooh, okay. Moby and I are homies, you could say. He's been to my house.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I mean, he's around LA. The vegan community is kind of small wherever we go, I feel like. So for those of us who are performers and also
Shrinks
vegans,
it even more.
Yeah. And I was hosting or co-hosting this vegan meetup in LA at that time. And yeah, he's there. I played for his event before Circle V, opening up for him.
Do you have like a dream collab you'd like to do as far as...
These days, like, I just don't really care for like the stardom or the Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
I would be way more excited to create a 3D mapped experience with you guys and like have Jane Goodall come here or like David Attenborough, or like, you know what I mean?
We've got to be quick though, because
I know.
they're getting up there.
I know.
And it scares me
Let's go.
almost every day.
I know, me too.
Oh,
That's why like I want to
to.
capture as much wisdom from them as possible.
Yeah.
Those are my dream collabs, to
Yeah.
answer your question.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those
you're
are my
in.
dream
You're
collabs.
hired.
That's it.
We pay nothing, but
That's what I care about. Yeah.
So it's going to be like choosing a favorite child, probably. But do you have a favorite song you've created, and why is it so special to you?
People ask that sometimes. Well,
I
I
won't
would
tell the other ones. Don't worry, those your other songs.
favorite song. I feel like Confessions is maybe one of my favorites. But that's actually just because it did so well for me. Like it got on all these TV shows, and so
okay.
it really, honestly, like it really moved the needle for my career, I would say, in a lot of ways. Like it just reached millions of people, and that song is an apology to the earth. Not that you would know it if you were watching the TV show and heard it in the background, but if you were to go to my website or my Instagram, you would definitely see what it's about.
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that song subliminally spread that message to millions of people. So I'm grateful to that song for that.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, it gives you some platform to help animals in the planet, right?
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
yeah.
I'll do whatever it takes, honestly.
That's, oh my God, that
Yeah.
is exactly me. I'll do
I know.
anything.
I
for
see that
this.
in
I'm
you.
doing this, this is not my thing.
That's right.
Sitting as a,
You're doing great.
so your anthem, our one and only, featuring, is it pronounced Musica Children's Choir?
I think
or
so, yeah.
M-U-S-Y? It's
I think
all
Musica,
caps, so I wasn't
probably.
Oh shit. What will we do if we can't?
Yeah.
It dropped recently, and what makes it
Yeah.
extra special?
What makes it extra special?
Well, it was to coincide with
Earth
Day.
Month.
Earth
Yeah.
Month,
Yeah, actually I recorded that album or that song during COVID. And I would say what makes it special is I wrote it and did a lot of the production in my yard. That was the time I started to move away from sort of the music industry in a traditional sense. And I was like, I don't want to be in studios with a bunch of guys who are doing drugs, that whole world.
Right.
So yeah, I wrote it in my yard and was really like an anthem to my younger self, which is just that, I mean, I became vegan so young. It's featuring a children's choir, so I do actually kind of swear, so it's more like teens.
The shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which, teens love me. And I love teens too because they're so ripe for change. So it was really an anthem for, I think, that demographic to just, to have hope for the future. Yeah.
Hard time to be growing up, that's for sure.
Right? Oh
Very
my
hard time.
goodness, absolutely.
So I had that you've been vegan for around 28 years, but I ripped you off a year there. Did you always have a vegan heart?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I think we all have vegan hearts. I think we're all born, because the word vegan is so charged, unfortunately, and gets so much, there's so much controversy around it, but really it just means the opposition to like mistreatment of, inequality towards animals. Oppression is the word I'm looking for. So I think most of us want that, and I would say yes, I was definitely born with that heart.
I started off with a great love of insects. I'd just go crazy if somebody tried to step on an ant or swat a fly or something.
Isn't it beautiful to have that connection to all life, regardless of size?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You would think that such, tiny, vulnerable creatures, people would want to help them more, want to stick up for them more, but
that's so sweet. I love
Not
that perspective. I've never heard anyone say it like that. That's sweet.
oh.
Yeah.
Now, I believe humans are merely in the infancy of our intellectual, scientific, and spiritual development, and we're not nearly as sophisticated as we so arrogantly think we are. And because plants don't possess a central nervous system, it's still possible they can feel pain or even emotions, but because we're not advanced enough to grasp that. We know for a fact animals are sentient, so that's why we argue against harming them. But I can't pull out a weed. My kids always knew never to get me cut flowers as a gift. And if it's one day proven that plants can indeed feel pain, I'm going to have a serious wrestle with my conscience. You have a little device you use that makes this even more painful for me, that detects and captures the subtle electrical signals that are given off by plants as they respond to light and touch and even song, you've said.
Yeah.
And it converts them into sound, creating this unique synthesized melody. Can you tell us about that little device, and then how do these frequencies impact our world?
I love that question. Yeah, I mean, you described it perfectly.
I
It's
love
two
that
little,
thing.
I can show you after, but yeah, two little electrodes that you connect to the leaves or to the petals, depending, or the bark. And yeah, you described it exactly. It picks up the bioelectrical signals, and then it runs through a little synth. This is what people get confused about with this content, is they think that I'm picking up the sound of the plant.
Yeah. This is more of an interpretation of it, I suppose.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So those signals are being sent through a synth, and that synth is producing the sound. So I choose the synth sound through my app, which connects to the device. So that's what we're hearing. I think it's just yet another way of proving the interconnectedness of all life and how we are interdependent. So even though we're not hearing that frequency, we're feeling it, which for numerous reasons, it's been proven scientifically, spending time in nature is essential for our health. Boosts our immune system, lowers anxiety and depression, right? And there are lots of reasons for that. The scent that they emit as well, we're inhaling them, but also the frequency. And it's so deep, like the frequency of nature. So we are affected by that, as opposed to living here in a city, like the background noise, those frequencies are obviously also affecting us, but we're also used to it. So we may not even notice. We don't. Most of us city dwellers don't notice.
Yes.
But then you get into nature and you just feel that sense of relaxation, and that's happening. Yeah, it's all of our senses are being nourished, and frequency being one of them. Something I learned recently, this device is changing my life. It's so beautiful.
I'm in love with the thing.
It's so fun. It's like one thing I learned is that, the bird song is actually interacting with the trees as well. So the bird song awakens, and the leaves and the trees and the blossoms are reacting to the bird song. Just like humans, like when I document singers singing to the plants, which is part of the content as well.
Yeah.
The plants are having that reaction. So imagine bird song. Now when I hear the birds, I'm thinking, oh, the trees must be so happy right now.
Everybody's in sync together, aren't they?
Yeah,
exactly.
Except for us. We're just trying
Yeah.
everything we can to not be in sync.
We are so in conflict. It's ridiculous.
It's a drag.
Now, you discovered that roses have a very high frequency and moss hums are rather muted. Speed culture is killing us. I'm caught up in it only because I feel such a sense of urgency over what's happening to animals and the planet.
Yeah.
So being at rest or not being productive stresses me out and makes me feel guilty.
Yep.
What lesson can we learn from moss with its more gentle frequencies?
Gosh, moss has taught me so much through this device. Like at first I was kind of like,
This has been a life changer, seeing this little device.
Totally.
I'm addicted.
For millions of people. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gone viral for a reason. People are looking for magic, I think.
Yeah.
And looking for the proof that what they're feeling is real, which is true. So at first, my friend was shooting this.
Vibes, man.
It's
Just
super
vibes.
vibey. At first, I was sort of like, I plugged the electrodes onto the moss, and it was pretty subtle. And I was like, oh man, we're gonna want more action, for this to be more compelling for the viewers. But then actually, when I started to research moss more, it made sense. Because it is this slow, kind of mellow frequency, and that's what moss does. And I do think that it reminds us to slow down.
Yeah.
And that
still, there's nothing wrong with being still, right?
Absolutely. Not only is there nothing wrong with it, I mean, nature moves at a much slower rate than we as humans are trying to. So we're forcing our day-to-day lives to be faster than nature can handle, which is why we're at conflict with it. So I think moss is just that beautiful, magical carpet.
Yeah.
like actual, is like, this carpet that just is a reminder to soften and slow down.
Yeah.
And it's just so damn beautiful.
It's like the sloth of the plant world or something.
That's such a good way of putting that. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, this is really what we've been talking about. Humans used to be almost inextricably interwoven with the natural world. Now we seem to find ourselves in conflict with nature at almost every turn. And we're unique in that we're the only species that seems concentrated on extincting ourselves and taking others down with us. We've obviously lost our way. How can we get ourselves back to being more attuned with nature's frequencies and a desire to take care of this planet and our fellow earthlings, like whether they're flora, fauna, rock, whatever? I don't know if there's more than, is there anything beyond flora, fauna, rock?
I don't think
Are
so.
rocks just a mixture of minerals? Anyway,
That's
that's why I put et cetera, because I have no idea.
Et cetera covers everything.
Just
Well
in
done.
case, you know.
We should look that up after, though.
Yeah.
I would say change starts from within. So the first thing I would say is we are what we eat, right? So for someone who may be a nature or an animal lover, but then is ingesting, let's say, an animal that has been through, really difficult
Hell.
circumstances, we're ingesting that stress, we're ingesting that anger, we're ingesting that grief and the sorrow. So when I see the conflict that's happening on our planet, I kind of like, it makes sense based on what we're eating. If you eat fear, it's going to create more of that. So I think that literally in this, and not only like figuratively, but literally, we are what we eat, right? What we eat turns into the cells in our bodies. So if we're eating, I've only been eating plants for 28, 29 years now. When you think about that, that's the closest thing we have to sunlight. So in so many ways already, our internal systems are more connected to nature. So that's from the inside out. And then peace starts with each one of us. So if we want to remind people, if we want to inspire others to be more in touch with nature, like, let's get more in touch with nature.
Yeah.
And there's another reason why this content is so fabulous, and just because it's getting me back into nature. As a musician or an entrepreneur, any of the work I'm doing, it is mostly in front of the computer. Like for most of us, our jobs now, right? Even if we're working for the planet, even if we're working for animals, like we're
invariably you're going to find yourself in that computer chair.
Exactly.
That desk chair.
Yeah. So how can we make sure to get ourselves into nature so we can really be that example to others? Because people are inspired by beauty and by love, and nature is frickin' delightful.
Yeah.
So get people into nature, but start within.
Not just delightful, but frickin' delightful.
Frickin' delightful. That's me trying to be softcore. I'm not saying the full word anymore.
You bet. Well, business-wise, you do have your fingers in a lot of different bowls of hummus.
Yeah.
So for the sake of time, I'll just focus on a couple. But
Sure.
the common theme in all of them is this higher purpose of reconnecting with the natural world and a return to nurturing it and ourselves. What is Nantra all about, and what are its benefits?
Wow, you really did your research. So that's amazing.
Got no life.
No.
Well, I was trying to, like,
Piecing it all together.
Well, and then, I had the anti-abortionist and
Oh
the
my
country and
God.
western singer. And everything.
What if
And
I was like, that's me? What are you talking
Well,
about?
because then they started talking about, being like some vegan things. I'm like, that doesn't even look like her. And then
No, I'm so glad you were able. Yeah, well, having green hair was helpful.
Yeah.
Now that I'm back to my original.
Yeah, you went more with like the citrusy colors, whereas
Yeah.
I'm more of the native
The natural.
berries.
I just keep going more and more natural. Like, I'm not even wearing makeup anymore. Just also, it's like, this is not your question. I will answer your question. But it's like more and more, kind of like, how can we be the example of what we seek in the world?
Right.
And if I'm bleaching my hair and then dyeing it, and that's going into the waterways as well. So I'm just, I just keep shedding and shedding and shedding and shedding.
Yeah. Who's going to need clothes soon, right?
I mean, thrift shop, 100%. I'm going all thrift shop
Good
now.
for you.
Not buying new things anymore.
Yeah, I'm hardly, well, you look at me, I'm hardly a clothes horse.
It's fun. Thrifting is fun. I love it. Nantra, that's cool you found that. So Nantra is one of the businesses I started during COVID, which is kind of on hiatus right now. that was a really, really fun to get started. That was kind of my beta, actually. It just happened to do really well and got all these wonderful Yelp reviews. It was listed as one of LA's top spiritual experiences. It's really cool. So I was guiding people on these magical nature experiences. It was a way for them to connect with each other, with themselves, and with the world around them in a really fun.
Out in your backyard.
Yeah, my backyard was really big in LA. It was a really beautiful space, that particular property. That is going to be reconfigured, but that's what Nantra was.
Yeah.
And I can see that people want experiences.
Like I'm craving that.
Absolutely. I'm not. I don't buy a lot of things. I don't really care very much for stuff.
Me neither. Not materialistic.
Not materialistic at all. Not very much. But what I do invest in is experiences. And I know that that's what also inspires other people. Like with Nantra, for instance, we protect what we love. So let's fall in love with nature and let's remember connection. So many people are desperately lonely as well now.
Yeah.
So to create spaces where we can come
We're a
together.
Mess.
We're a big old mess.
We're a mess.
We're a big old mess, Sue.
A freaking big old.
A fucking big old mess,
Whoa,
actually.
There's
Hey.
our girl. There's our girl. Yeah.
Yeah. So any way that I have so many ideas on how to bring people together, and I'm just going to keep doing them until something, this plant thing seems to be doing really well. And Nantra, I see the next incarnation will integrate that so more people can experience it live.
Yes.
Like trying it themselves, experience.
You're one of those people whom I feel has maybe taken a blow to the head because you thrive as a public speaker, and it said you call it your zone of genius. I definitely put a check mark in the coward column. I hate getting up and speaking in front of a crowd. So what is it about being on a stage and speaking to or coaching others that invigorates you?
Ooh, that's such a good question. First of all, you're not a coward. You're like most people who absolutely fear being, well, let me ask you this. Why do you fear it?
I'm just, I like to be in the background. I'm not
Okay.
somebody who likes to be,
Right.
I guess I'm an introvert, but
Yeah, there you
force
go.
myself to be an extrovert when I
I
have
see.
to. Yeah.
It's actually so important for people like us who have a really important message this is why I love working with vegans in my coaching practice, is because we need to be interfacing with the public. We get to inspire more people. To answer your question, I don't know, like I've always been a performer. I mean, from very, very, very young age. It's just one of those things. I feel like,
Are you a card or like a clown, or just you like to just entertain people with music? Or
I don't know if it's so much that I like to entertain. I just come alive on stages. There's something about, it's just I'm in my like most optimal space. And
is it a role you're playing, or is it you
I
as
think
well?
it's
Another element of
me.
you. Okay.
That's such a good question. I have to explore that. It's an interesting time to ask that question because I basically paused everything with my music career for a period of time.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been on stages right now, and I miss it. And it's kind of stupid that I'm not on stages right now because I'm like, this is the way I can inspire more people, but also, but this is how I inspire. This is how I support my clients. Also, is the reminder that being on camera is a stage.
That was a nice touch you just gave.
Hey,
Nice touch.
it's true. And so for me, moving to social media, because really I was looking at again, I'm always looking at how can I make the most impact. Being an introvert, being someone who loves a lot of alone time. I don't love being in big crowds unless I'm performing.
I'll be exhausted after just interacting with you 4 or 5 people.
Totally.
Here.
I'll be done after this. For the day. Exactly. But the social media and the camera is actually like this is an opportunity to potentially reach millions of people, which now my content is proving. And the music proved that too. But
I hate to tell you, but we don't reach millions.
Oh, no. I'm
You're like,
talking
why
about-
am I here then?
Not yet. Not yet.
That's right.
No, but I mean, like with the plant stuff,
Yeah,
that's happening there. It is reaching millions of people. And the cool thing is it's not about me. And at this stage in my life and my career, and this is definitely, something that I think happens as we, gain wisdom through our lives, like it's as artists, like we kind of need to want things to be about us to some degree. And now I'm really like I'm not in my content a lot right now. And I may be again in the future, I probably will be, but like right now it's really all about like, it's all about the flowers.
Oh,
I'm like, let's
cool with me. I'm fine
right?
with that.
Yeah.
I read that you trained in animal communication. Now, when I was a child, I was so jealous of Dr. Dolittle and Snow White. Like, it just drove me crazy, this rapport that they had with animals. What's involved in this?
Oh, I love, you really dug in. This is so fun. I'm not an expert.
Well, just the things that, you know, appealed to me, right?
Right, yeah, for sure. I'm not an expert level animal communicator in the way of being trained.
Throw me a crumb.
What I learned is that it's more of a sort of telepathic communication. Like we're communicating with sort of visuals in our mind all the time. They're very, very, very quick. Like when we're thinking about the past or the future, or I say, imagine an elephant and you can, that's your brain seeing. It's like creating a virtual reality.
Right.
So for many reasons, that's important in terms of like manifestation or creating your own reality, that kind of thing. But in this regard, what
I'm
was
getting all this free advice.
Yeah.
Just what's involved in the whole thing around
Well, animal communication. So apparently, it's kind of utilizing that skill or that ability to transmit those images to the animals. I haven't used that as a practice. I'm more interested and curious in animal behavior, so more the science. Mm-hmm. So watching the shift of the ears or listening to the, I'm all about audio, about sounds, the intricacy of their sounds, and really, because that's obviously communication as well. How is their tail?
Absolutely.
So I'm personally not as excited or inspired by the more like spiritual or woo-woo, like that stuff that is harder to prove.
Yeah, well, no, I'm wanting to like be able to connect with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah. But I think that's so much like we can all do that. And
Yeah.
I think that just even by learning to watch, and of course someone like yourself, you're going to, right? Like watch their behavior, and that's my interest. Did you ever see the documentary? She's in South Africa and she's an animal communicator. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you remember her name? Animal Tenon Charkin.
Oh, I don't.
It is fantastic. I highly recommend it. And people fly her all over the world. Let's say if there's a zoo and one of the animals is having a real, big issue or is aggressive or won't come out of their cage, whatever it is, they bring her there and she's able to, she understands their past and their history, and then they're able to check it later. So there is science involved in that.
Yeah, that stuff fascinates me.
That I love, when they can really prove that. But so there are people like that who have.
And I want to be a whisperer.
I want to be a whisperer too.
I want to be, but
yeah, but you are a whisperer. I think anyone who's tapped in enough to make loving choices, compassionate choices,
boink, boink.
We're tapped in, right? Yeah.
Now, you've done some teaching and had the opportunity to educate kids about the devastating effects of animal agriculture. Mm-hmm. As we said before, this existential threat of climate breakdown, it's not the greatest time to be alive as a young person. I find that being an activist, though, makes me feel powerful and invigorated. How can we instill in young people that they have the power to change the world and avert a planetary crisis?
Yeah, that's tough. First of all, you're saying my whole life back to me makes me feel like I've done a lot, so thanks for that. That makes me feel good, because I never feel like I can do enough, actually. Well, step number one is we find hope through being in action. So
that's what I think.
Right?
Yeah.
The hopelessness
I know, because you get so apathetic or,
Yeah.
or even paralyzed.
That's exactly
right?
what's happening to people, right? Like there's nothing I
Just
can
overwhelmed.
do. Yeah, so why would I? Mm-hmm. And apathy is a real big problem. Like
It's the
just
glove
numbing
into
it.
which evil slips its hand.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, well said. Very
Well,
well
I didn't make it up. It's
right.
it's a
famous
it's a quote. Yeah.
saying, yeah. So I'd say number one is being in action, and then also is finding like-minded people, finding your community, finding that kinship. I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite because I spent the bulk of my life not being around other vegans, for instance, and it's been really hard and lonely in that way. Like I really thrive being around others who understand this. So finding others who care as much as you do.
But maybe not staying
spaces.
just in that bubble, though.
That's true.
You can't just do that.
That's true.
That's not helping.
That's
anybody,
true. That's a really
other
good
than
point.
Yourself, right?
Yeah, that's a really, but that's important. So self
Of course.
first, right? Because get yourself into a hopeful state. That means being in action. Being in action with others emphasizes the hope And then from there, we branch out, and it is true, we get to connect with others if we want to live it's like not live in a bubble, basically, right?
Oh, yeah. Preach to that choir all the time, right?
Right, yeah, that's true.
Now, you appeared on the Dr. Phil show a few years ago to speak about the dumbing down of America.
Yeah.
Now, I remember when he used to have some common sense and seemed kind of bulletproof to, the effects of drinking that orange Kool-Aid. Trump very recently tapped him to become a member of his newly formed Religious Liberty Commission.
Oh, no.
And Trump is also dismantling the public education system in his attempts to discourage critical thought amongst Americans. I'm just being nosy.
Yeah.
What are your quick thoughts on this 180 by Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil.
Like, he seemed like a different guy a few years ago.
I remember seeing that. Now that you say that, makes me want to take that down. I will take that down off my profile. What do I think of that? I mean, I guess I don't know the full extent of that, and I certainly don't know Dr. Phil's past.
Yeah.
So I'm not one to speak to the pivot, but I think anyone that's drinking that Kool-Aid is doing a great disservice to our planet. Do you have children? Do you care about the future? What do you think you're doing? Let's go back to ABCs here, y'all. We need trees. They're vital to our existence. Have you heard of the book Lorax? Come on,
Right.
So yeah, if he's joined that, then he's just a big old
His
dum-dum.
little cult. Yeah, he's a dum-dum.
He's a dum-dum.
He's one of the dumb.
Let's just be honest. Let's just use some really, strong vocabulary. It's very intelligent vocabulary.
Back to the kindergarten reference. How we're calling
Yes,
each
exactly.
other dum-dum.
Yep.
It can be terribly painful to feel so much and to be so empathetic.
Yeah.
But some people do view it as a curse, and they want to escape it by maybe numbing themselves with pills and things like that. But I actually feel really lucky to be so intense, to feel these intense experiences in life. As vegans and animal people, we care about the suffering of all species, but there's always that one animal or issue that really haunts us. What's yours?
The one animal or issue that, anything to do with factory farms.
Yeah.
When I
Makes
allow
you
my
crazy, huh?
Absolutely. I try, honestly, at this time, I don't unfollow accounts that show visuals, let's say I'm opening up, my Instagram account, and my homepage, I'm following a ton of, environmental or animal rights orgs. It just pops up.
I know.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, it's like a sucker punch, isn't it?
I mean, I was having a hard time sleeping the other night. It was 5 a.m. I open up my phone, check my stuff, open Instagram, and boom, there's this baby, there's a calf being manhandled, putting into a machine. I don't even know what's about to happen.
I know, you can't get your hand over it fast enough.
And then, honestly, it's for 5 days after that, that image will replay, that baby, that calf is just going to replay in my mind. And I don't think that's effective activism, because if it shuts me down, it makes me feel
it's
inactive.
Not what we need anyway.
Not us,
that's,
that's
for
true.
sure. Yeah.
But it's so tricky with the echo chamber thing, the eco chamber. It's who are you actually reaching with? I don't know. It all matters. But anyway, factory farms are it's just hideous.
Yeah.
To think about right this very moment, how many animals are in such immense fear. I want to stop that.
If you let that chatter it can really wear you down. And
yeah. And you know what? This is going to sound insane. I can't believe I'm going to say this on camera, but I don't know. Something that gives me solace is that there's always been violence somehow. Humans are just awful, and we're awful to each other.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds crazy for that to give any kind of, to make that.
Hey, whatever gets you through it, right?
Yeah, it's
whatever
sort of it's not just
mechanism.
the animals. We're not just doing it to them. We're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
We've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
And I just wish we would frickin' wake up.
We're awful.
We kind of are.
Yeah.
Yeah. My goal is to play an active role in, stopping factory farming altogether. It just needs to
That's
stop.
a pretty noble goal.
It's a goal to contribute to it. We need millions of people, and you're doing it right here.
Well, I'm only
all of us
living
in
to
this room.
100, So time's running out for me.
You're living to 100,
I'm
you said?
veering dangerously close to 60, so I've got things have to smarten up pretty soon. So
Well, let's talk
Yeah.
about how we can be more in action together.
Exactly.
We're stronger together.
that's true.
Yeah.
Now, finally, so many men have been indoctrinated to believe that it's weak or not cool or not sexy to show compassion to vulnerable others, such as our animal friends. Is kindness hot?
Kindness is hot.
Yeah, I
You
saw
really
that.
dug in. Kindness is so sexy. Absolutely. A
Yeah.
man holding a newborn baby. Come on.
Yeah.
Like your heart will melt. A man holding a baby, a sheep or something like
Yeah.
that. Like we love that. We love to see that kindness. We love to see that
Yeah.
tenderness. And then meanwhile, he's going and eating a steak. This is a part of a system that is currently failing, falling apart, crumbling. We're seeing it. A paradigm is ending. So I do have hope for the future. And it really just, honestly, it takes each and every person. So men who are out there who are willing to speak to softness, who are willing to show their compassionate hearts, who are willing to show emotion, to be authentic, and to use the power of social media, for instance, to spread that message. Y'all, like, we need more of you. So I really
Well,
encourage
yeah, we got
men.
a couple in this room.
And in this room,
You've
yeah.
got one, I've got one.
I've got
right?
one,
So
and
we're
he's
doing all right.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Lila, thank you so much for taking
Thank you
time
so
out of your
much.
vacation
Oh,
to come and sit down with us.
Thank you.
To learn more about Lila, what's on her musical horizon maybe, and to get in touch with her, please visit the links in the show notes. Vish and I will see everyone next time. Bye.
High five.
Appreciate that. Do you think it hurts them? Do you think they feel scared when you put the thing on them?
I'm pretty gentle.
Mhm.
I think there's definitely a reaction to it. Hey, friend. You liking the attention? This is a pretty active plant. Yeah. So you can see if I hold it, there's a reaction. We could try baby and see if it makes a different sound.
Oh, that's
Let's
cool.
see.
I love this little guy.
Isn't it sweet?
Yeah. And it would make people feel even more connected,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and love them more. It's
You're
kind of
never gonna look at this baby again the
Yeah.
same way, right?
Yeah.
Like now, everywhere I go, especially the plants that I've connected with, we have a real friendship.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll talk with the pretty
Somebody-
lively.
Yeah, some of these guys,
Or a little-
they're not feeling so well.
That's
some of them.
true. That's
This
true.
poor little guy, huh?
Oh,
Maybe-
there's still
I
hope
wonder-
though. I will
Yeah.
revive plants of all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go, little baby. Let's see if you sound any different. Nice and gentle. Nice. It's much more lively.
Happy little guy.
Isn't that cute? Wow. That's really interesting. I've never heard a difference like that.
Wow.
That's so sweet.
Little babies.
Oh.
Everybody's in loving.
Oh, it's very active. Try and brush it with your hands. This one.
I'm in love with this machine.
Love you. Thank you, friend.
Good.